Hi, guys. My name is Amanda Christine, and I want to talk to you today a little bit about finding your passion. This is a huge topic that a lot of people get stuck in this rut that they don't have a passion or they're just not passionate about what they do or whatever it is. And I've been reading this book about a journey, your journey through life, your journey through business. And I think this is really important and something that I really, it struck home with me. It's something that I know I fall victim to before. And we become complacent with things or we lose our passion or what it is passion isn't something that we actually lose or find. It's like electricity. It's always there. You have to just turn it on, and there's four switches. So being passionate about what you do is switch one. You can't judge the forefront. Don't over romanticize the forefront of what someone does. Work is work is work is work. And it usually sucks about 95% of the time. 95% of the time, you don't get to do exactly what you love to do. The people who are really successful in business, really successful in their job, they don't love their job all of the time. They love the freedom that it gives them, or they love, the people that they help, or what it is, but they don't love what they do 100% of the time. Only about 5% of the time is actually spent doing what they really love. And so again, don't judge the forefront of someone does. Think about a news anchor, someone who loves being on TV. Well, they're only on TV maybe a half an hour a day, or someone who's a public speaker or a music artist. I guarantee you the travel, the being away from their family, all the other stuff that goes along with being famous, the publicity, the people that are always there in their faces, people wanting autographs. I can guarantee you that they don't love that all of the time. So 5% of the time, you're going to actually love what you do. 95% of the time, you probably aren't going to like everything that you're doing. Being passionate about why you do it is the second switch. Sometimes it's not what I'm doing, but why I'm doing it. I'm on a mission to empower people. I'm on a mission to help people find success. I'm on a mission to help people feel better about themselves, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. I'm on a mission to help people feel better holistically without medications. I'm on a mission to help people feel comfortable in their own body and regain their natural health, whether it's through weight management, through nutritional counseling, things like that. That's why I love what I do, but I don't always love what I do all the time. I am hoping that I'm a beacon of hope, um, giving people an idea that there's abundance out there in a world where we're so conformed to everything is bad, everything is tragic and hopeless and corrupt, that everything is so corrupt. Um, the third switch is being passionate about how you do something. Have you ever met anyone who was so passionately engaged in what they were doing and you were like, I have no idea how they do that every day? I mean, it could be someone who works at a drive-through. It could be someone who cuts your hair, but they're super passionate about how they cut your hair, that it's like art to them, you know? And you're like, oh, I couldn't stand doing that forever. I couldn't stand that long, and my back would hurt, my feet would hurt, and none of that matters to those people because they're so passionate about how they do it. You know, they're how are they? They're passionate over the mundane. They're passionate about picking up the phone and calling people because it's how they do it. It's how they talk to people and things like that. So being passionate over how they do it, about the activity, the outcome, the process of which it comes in, loving how you do what you do. So that could be another switch to turn back that passion on. And then the last one is being passionate for who you do it for. And no, this could be your kids. This could be your clients. This could be if anyone but you. It cannot be for you. So I heard a story about a man who had multiple companies and lost them all. The last company that he had, they found a way to fire him from his own CEO as a CEO, all while his wife was battling cancer. They gave her 3 years. a year later, she passed away. He had 2 boys. He ended up becoming a single father. No business, going through all these lawsuits. Eventually, he won the lawsuits. He regained his company, started building it from the ground up again. But how did he have the courage to step back onto the battlefield that literally just destroyed him? He lost his wife. He was a single dad. They fired him. He had to rebuild his dynasty from the ground up. And he said, it took him back to that moment. I guess when he was being interviewed, he closed his eyes and for like a whole 30 seconds, which in a person-to-person conversation or any kind of conversation, 30 seconds of complete silence is kind of uncomfortable if you think about it. And he just went back to this moment. That's exactly what he was doing in time. And he said, after becoming a single father, losing my wife, his kids looked at him basically and said, we need you, Dad. We need you to be there for us. We need to do what you say to do and just go and keep going and keep prospering. And so he did. And his kids became his powerful who. So Martin Luther King said, if you haven't found something to die for, you aren't fit to live. That's what sorry, my notes. So if you haven't found something to die for, you aren't fit to live. So what are you going to die for? I encourage you not to fall into the I'm just not passionate about what I do anymore trap. Okay? Find your fight. We as humans will do almost anything to avoid pain. If our values are threatened, we are wired innately in that hypothalamus to react. Almost every great person or anything that was of any success had some sort of nemesis. Think of all the superheroes. They all have some kind of nemesis. Think of anybody successful. Steve Jobs, Apple had IBM and then Microsoft. I'm trying to think of some other examples here, but anybody's competition. That's your nemesis. So having to fight changes your character. If you love something, if you have an extreme passion, which is where being passionate comes from, is love, you have an adverse. So you have a hate. You have that adverse feeling. Naturally, it's innate to our human being. So what are you fighting against? What is your fight? So what do you hate? What is your fight? If you can't find your passion, let's talk about what you hate and what's your fight. Me, apathy, mediocrity, negativity, our apathy towards negativity, that 90% of everything in the newspaper is negative. Go and pick up a Times. Go and read the articles. I guarantee you 90% of what you read is going to be something that's negative, because that is what we are wired to. That is what we are drawn to, is the negative, because it's in our nature. What is in your DNA to say, or not DNA, what is in your realm of your scope to, what are you going to say? Dang it, enough is enough. What are you willing to fight for? The hate of something negative can actually fuel you for good. What threatens that you love, that of which you love, that's your adversary. This strikes a deeper motivational level. People that actually have identified what they're fighting against and have that hate are actually going to work harder and faster than the people who just have their passion. I hope that makes sense to you guys too, because it really struck with me. I'm like, I think I need to identify what my adversary is here. Also, finding your strength. How well can you identify your unique advantages? So when I say unique advantages, it's like, what is your really strong skill set? Some people it's recruiting. Some people it's customer gathering. Mine is communication. I am great at talking to people. Might not have anything to do with anything, but I'm really good at talking to people. I used to say that people used to come and confide in me because they'd know I'd listen. So communication, I don't necessarily give the greatest advice all the time, but communication in general is something that I'm fairly decent at, or fairly good at. My feelings can't be faked. Someone knows when I'm being fake. They can see it all over my face. I'm not being fake. This is me genuinely. Um, so it's encouraged, play to your strengths, but you need to shore up your weaknesses with other people, bring other people into your organization, other people into your business, other people into your life that can help you with your weaknesses. I'm going to be flat out honest with you right now. Financials are not my strength. So I need someone in my life, which I do, my counterpart, Tony, my boyfriend. He is my financial guy. He is the financial guru in our household. Like he's the guy that I need to start talking to more about finances, because that's his strength. That is his unique advantage, is money. Um, so shore up your weaknesses with others who can help you. Were you born strong? Finding your strength. Let's talk about strength. Finding your own strength and your mental strength and things like that. You were not born strong. You had to build muscles. You had to practice talking. You had to practice walking. You had to crawl before you could walk. You had to walk before you could run. It is not in your DNA story. It is not predetermined that you cannot be successful or that you can be successful. There's both sides of that. Success isn't in your DNA. Success does not happen on accident either. There is no prerequisite to be an entrepreneur or a business owner, or a stay-at-home mom. There's no prerequisite. It takes practice. It takes practice to be a stay-at-home mom. All of you stay-at-home moms out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It takes lots of practice and lots of patience. But it's your choice. You have to know that it's your choice. And someone's input could delay or slow your success down. For instance, I had someone who told me that I would never make it in the music world because I didn't look the part. Now, mind you, this was a long time ago. I did not look what I look like now. They also pretty much gave me the idea that I wasn't talented enough, that I couldn't make it on my own, and my confidence tanked. And then I went to school for music, and I tried out for a lot of things and got rejected because I didn't have the confidence. And it's not because I wasn't talented, I just didn't have the confidence. So yeah, I mean, and I'm grateful for that experience and things like that, because honestly, I wouldn't be where I was today without that rejection. So that's totally fine. I'm totally okay with that. It was my strength training. It was the going and going and going. So a guy said that he was Saturday morning. He had tons of money. Like, he didn't need any more money. He could retire and live the rest of his life, but he was still Saturday morning doing what he was doing. And a guy asked him, "What are you doing here? You could be out having brunch or golfing or whatever, sleeping in, but you're still here at the grind. Like, what are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm not working, I'm living." And I thought that was awesome. He said, "I'm not here for the money. I'm not here for the fame. I'm not here for the recognition. I'm doing what I love. This is not working to me. This is my life. This is my love. This is my passion. This is what I want to do." And so many people, once, okay, let's talk about network marketing here for a second. So many people get this thing in their head that all these people at the top, they're just like, oh, they're just in it for the money. No, they could retire. They could leave the companies that they're with and never look back. But the ones that stay are the ones that are passionate about what they do. They're not in it for the money anymore. And maybe they were at one point, but sometimes the greatest ones aren't ever in it for the money. They're passionate about what they do and why they do it and who they do it for. And that's what keeps their passion alive. And they flip those switches on and off and on and off. And when one switch doesn't want to go on, then they go to another one. Totally get it. Totally get it. So the moral of that is, if you would rather be anywhere else on a Saturday morning than where you are, you're probably looking at what you're doing the wrong way, or you're doing the wrong thing. So stunning achievers are obsessed about what they do. They're obsessed. People are always like, "Why are you always talking about glutathione? Why are you always talking about Nerf2? What are you always talking about this little yellow pill? It's driving me crazy." Because I'm obsessed. I'm passionate. I love the things that this has done for me. So stunning achievers are obsessed about what they do, and they have a desire to continually get better at what they do. Okay? So I'm always learning. I'm always looking up research. It makes people so angry because I talk about the newest the newest science study I read today or whatever. And some people get kind of irritated with it, but I don't care. I don't give them two hoots. Um, yeah. So continually getting better at what you do. It comes with skills, then performance, comes your outcomes. Um, so we love the myth that the reason we're not great is because we're not wired to be. And it's easier us to be jealous of Steve Jobs and Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan and whoever else is successful. It's easier for us to be jealous of them because it's in our innate DNA to be that way, than it is to go out and pursue our passion and fail forward and be bad before we're good and good before we're great. Love that quote, Carrie Dickey. Um, there's no such thing as innate talent or genius. The key is passion. Michael Jordan said that 10,000 hours of practice is what it's going to take people to be great. And everyone has a talent. Everybody has talent, but not everyone has the ability to make that talent flourish. And with that, I hope that you are on fire and your passion is right there and you're ready to flip those switches on, whether it's what you're doing, who you're doing it for, how you're doing it, or why you're doing it. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.